Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the must-have winter palettes. These are some that I would recommend to any of my friends who are interested in buying like certain palettes for certain seasons. Now I know that you don't have to do this. You can wear anything you want during the winter time. You do not have to wear certain colors in certain... You don't have to do that, okay? I do that sometimes, but not all the time. These are just something that I think really reminds me of winter time or fall into winter, or I think these are really good as a transitional eyeshadow palette if you're really into pairing your makeup with the season. So the first palette we're going to be talking about is the Alter Ego Sahara palette. This is a beautiful palette and it is a dupe for the Natasha Denona palette, which is like $129 something. It is beautiful. Now here's why I think it's the perfect like transitional eyeshadow palette. It has a row of warm tones. Down here it has a row of neutral tones or neutral leaning towards warm, and then you have your cool tones in this top row. And I think, you know, you can mix and match. I just think this formula is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. So we have the Morphe Artistry palette in 9S. I love this palette. So beautiful. Like, this is me in a palette minus these two shades. Actually, I have used, I believe, every single shade in this palette besides the two blue shades. I'm not really into blue. You have like a beautiful mauve tone right there, which I think looks beautiful any time of the year. Mauve I think looks good any... Hi Squirty. Hey Squirty. Good any... This is a little bit of a surprise, but we have the Jeffree Star Morphe collaboration palette. I think this is the perfect fall palette. Just because if you want a nice neutral kind of look, you definitely have it. Or if you're into one of those pops of color, you definitely have your pops of color in this palette for freaking sure. But I can mostly see myself getting a lot of use of this, mostly in the fall time, leading into the winter time. So pretty much about now is when I get a lot of use out of this. I just think it's beautiful. It has a ginormous mirror, so if you're traveling in the winter time or whenever, I think this would be the perfect palette to bring. So I know when you think of like fall time or winter time, you think of some really warm, toasty shades, or you think of like really icy, cool tone shades. Well, I'm going to show you something a little bit different. We have the Blood Sugar palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, of course. I think this is very winter time. I think with these beautiful like red tones, I mostly think of like winter, like especially with these like this plum, this mulberry, and this blood red right over here. Definitely scream winter to me and Christmas time more than it does fall time. And this very ashy tone, O Positive, is definitely a kind of color I would totally rock in the winter time because it's so ashy and cool toned. I don't know, I look at this and I think that this is completely a wintertime palette. This will be the last palette, but I do have two honorable mentions that I feel like are a cult classic, or you probably already have in your collection and have probably forgotten about it or something. So next we have the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. I think this would be beautiful in the winter time. Now, having berries and mauves and pinky tones are just a little bit different, but the tones of everything is what's important. These tones are very, very cool toned. Everything in this palette is cool toned except like this gold shade. And I honestly think it is absolutely stunning. I love this palette. It's beautiful. It blends out easily. All these palettes blend out very, very nicely. So don't think just because I'm saying it in one palette that it blends out nicely like the other one doesn't. No, they all blend out beautifully. But this specifically, like cherry juice right there, makes me think of a nice like smoky, mauve, just something I'd wear in the wintertime because it's so cool toned. But then you have this ashy tone right there. from Toasted that I definitely think, anything ashy, I think of winter time, to be honest with you, because it almost makes you look a little sickly. I don't know, that's just my opinion. But I really do like this palette, and I would totally recommend this, especially in the winter time. So now for two of my honorable mentions, we have the Tartelette Original and the Tartelette in Bloom. This is a beautiful cool tone palette. I think works the best, which I think works the absolute best in the winter time. This is geared towards someone who loves cool tones but doesn't want to go just with straight cool tone browns. They don't want to do just like icy tones. They want just their mattes. They just want the plum shades. They just want like the neutral shades. They don't want to do any sort of pops of color. This is the palette for that. And I really do like this. I love the formula. I think it blends out nicely. So last honorable mention that we have is the Tartelette in Bloom. This is for all you neutral lovers who want very neutral shades that aren't leaning towards warm but aren't leaning towards cool. I think it's a perfect in-between. I think it is a perfect palette for a transitional, for winter, for fall, for any season. I really do like this palette. The formula is beautiful. The shimmers are beautiful. I do love these palettes. I definitely recommend for any season, to be honest with you, for any freaking season, not just this, not just for winter / fall, but I think anyone will enjoy this in any single season. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.